velvet on the barrel, lipstick on the rim. Glass makes a halo where the low lights dim. Laughter in the doorway fades like a bribe. Or hush signs, papers that a shout can't write. I don't hurry destiny, I make it right. Slow as a serpent that knows it's alive. Snap of a match, river of smoke. Every oath in the room remembers how I spoke. If temptation is a weapon, I call it mine. Honey on the edge with an iron spine. He stepped like a verdict, gold at her throat. A comma in the sentence only kings can quote. I said danger, mouse said prove. Hip like a metronome telling the groove. She drew her heart in the fog of my glass and smudged it clean with the back of her laugh. Baby, she said, what buys you calm? Time, I said, in the feel of my palm. I count by silences, tax them like rain, stack them like bills in a patient man's brain. The piano confessed in D minor size, while the horn bargained daylight from night's disguise. She touched the cufflinks, silver and cold, found a reflection in the story I told. Don't reach for my pulse if you don't know the deal. I'm soft to the touch, but the softness is steel. Her smile drew blood without leaving a mark. I signed with a nod and she lit the dark. If desire is a ledger, then here's the figure. Every sweet nothing is a velvet trigger. Breathe slow, let the room lean in. Sugar on a tongue, gun under the grin. Call it love, call it ransom, call it art. Every gentle touch is a blade with a heart. I keep my thunder hidden in a velvet case. Let temptation talk while I save my face. If the night wants proof, I pour it down bigger, pulling figure, one finger on a velvet trigger. No rush, no roar, just a sovereign sway. A kiss like a contract that won't decay. If power needs sugar to make men shiver, I sweeten the barrel of the velvet trigger. Back room quiet hums through the vents. Brass like incense, sins like sense. The dealer blinked twice, the waiter looked away. Somewhere a rumor forgot what to say. She traced the map of the skies I don't show. Named every street by the secrets I know. Where does it hurt? She asked with a grin. In the places I went, I said and went again. Her perfume wrote scripture on a leather banquet. A gospel of wagers I don't regret. I've learned to forgive what I never allowed. I've learned to be quiet when quiet is loud. She put her hand where a holster might be. Found only patience and keys to the sea. Is it love or a lesson? She breathed near my ear. It's whatever survives after smoke and fear. The band bent notes till the ceiling curved, and time like a valet waited and served. If mercy is a currency, I'm a careful giver. I tip the night with my velvet trigger. I learned restraint from a loaded dawn. From a door I could open but chose to yawn. From a rival who guessed and a friend who knew that patience is cheaper than cleaning the room. The city keeps secrets in the teeth of the rain and writes their initials on subway stains. She asked for a truth I never recite, so I gave her a silence tuned just right. Promise me something you can't rescind. Alright, I said I won't pretend. If a crown must weigh, I'll let it weigh. If a love must cost, I'll gladly pay. Her laugh walked barefoot across my nerves. Balanced a blade on the curve that curves. Steady now, let the strings draw near. Make the bass confess what the brave won't hear. Paint the silence black, edge it in silver. Kiss like a verdict from a velvet trigger. I keep my thunder hidden in a velvet case. Let temptation talk while I save my face. If the night wants proof, I pour it down bigger, pulling fade with one finger on a velvet trigger. No rush, no roar, just a sovereign sway. A kiss like a contract that won't decay. If power needs sugar to make men shiver, I sweeten the barrel of the velvet trigger. Breathe through the fuse, don't rush the fire. Let restraint be the quiet's choir. When the night leans in like a careful giver, sign with a kiss from the velvet trigger. I keep my thunder hidden in a velvet case. Let temptation talk while I save my face. If the night wants proof, I pour it down bigger, pulling fake with one finger on a velvet trigger. No rush, no roar, just a sovereign sway. A kiss like a contract that won't decay. If power needs sugar to make men shiver, I sweeten the barrel of the velvet trigger. Velvet trigger. Velvet trigger. Velvet trigger. Velvet trigger. Lights stand out till they're barely a thread. The door takes a bow like it's paying its debt. I leave 2 bills and a promise to deliver. To left as clown below the light squad river. And a faddy bitty SR waist grotto. You level to an home. Use this task. A velvet trigger. Trigger. Oh, velvet trigger. A quiet hill with the grass laid low. Telephone wires hum what the seasons know. Boot soles find the truth of ground. Piano of crickets, no other sound. I open my palms to whatever's been and feel the old clean weight of the wind. I used to fight weather with iron lungs, argue with thunder like it owed me songs, chased every rumor with a sharpened shoe, turned every whisper to something I do. But storms get bored of the boy who shouts, teach him the value of leaving things out. Now I stand smaller and hold more sky. Let clouds pass through without asking why. The trees keep counsel with a patient sway, counting to 4 till the rage goes gray. A leaf rides past with a saint's small grin and knows how to travel the weight of the wind. Breathe on forward, don't force the air. Let your ribs be a rocking chair. If pride wants volume in velvet skin, answer softly, carry the wind. The weight of the wind is light but sure, a tender burden I can endure. It presses and blesses the bones I mend. I bow a little then rise again. No crown, no witness, no oath to spend. Just me and the old clean weight of the wind. I learned to repair what I used to replace, to sand down anger to a workable grace, file off edges that begged for blood, trade iron for patience and fire for wood. My name used to knock like a bailiff's fist, now it arrives like a morning mist. I keep my promises near the wrist, so when I reach they won't be missed. mist. A widow sweeps a stoop 2 doors down, hums a hymn that wears no crown. We share a nod that could feed a town, a treaty of ordinary worn like a gown. The wind signs off with a cedar's pen, rides carry less on the skin of men. Count to 4 while the snare stays thin, let the heart say stay and the breath come in. If yesterday asked to be loud again, point to the hill, say listen, wind. The weight of the wind is light but sure, a tender burden I can endure. It straightens posture, slows the end, teaches a spine how not to bend. No throne, no trumpet, no staged amen, just me and the old clean weight of the wind. There's a coat I wore through a furious age, lined with the clatter of a louder stage. I hang it now on a quieter hook, let fabric remember what rage once took. My hands smell faintly of oiled old keys, doors I can open without making pleas. Not every lock needs force to spin, some undo easy with the wind. I measure my strength by what I spare, by paths I leave for others to wear. If a bridge needs toll, I'll pay in peace, offer my silence by release. I'm learning to lose like a patient friend, to give the victory to the wind. Breathe on 4, let the drums stay low, let the strings lean in and let them go. If fear demands a harsher end, answer with breath, answer with wind. The weight of the wind is light but sure, a tender burden I can endure. It lifts my anger from under the skin, turns sharp to round, turns lost to kin. No medals pinned, no debts to spin, just me and the old clean weight of the wind. Bring me the doors I slam for proof, I'll hinge them soft beneath this roof. Bring me the names I said too fast, I'll speak them slow till the hardness pass. Bring me the miles I sprinted then, I'll walk them back in a steadier skin. Let guitar bend like a reading prayer, let bass say home on the lower air. If courage is quiet, it sounds like this, a breath held true, a moment kissed. Say less, stand still, count to 4, let it fill. A child chases kites near a chain link wall, string line laughing at the threat to fall. His mother holds a spool like a steady moon, teaches him drift is a kind of tune. I learn again what the young already know. You fly by giving the wind more rope, not by yanking heaven to your plan, but by walking honest as a man. A sparrow stencils a dotted hymn, from wire to wire, neat and slim. It doesn't explain how the currents blend, just rides in trust on the weight of the wind. Hold that 4 till the doubt grows kind, let your pulse be a gentler mind. If thunder begs to be your friend, shake its hand, then keep the wind. Count to 4 with a longer trust, let the drum be dust, the bronze be rust. If night requests one final grin, exhale slow and hand it the wind. The weight of the wind is light but sure, a tender burden I can endure. It clears the room where the loud ones grin, leaves only tools a good life needs. It leans me forward, keeps me thin, enough to fit where mercy is. No crown to straighten, no swords to tend, just me and the old clean weight of the wind. Write it in grass, right? Got a hums of him on the eaves. Window writes rivers, dawn the leaves. Roof keeps time with a fingertip drum. Lightning signs quiet, thunder stays numb. Key in the lock like a whispered refrain. Welcome home to a house made of rain. I didn't build this place out of brick or bone. Didn't stack proof just to call it my own. I gathered what fell from a restless sky, the salt of losses, the tears I denied. I learned the angles water prefers, how grief turns gentle when nobody stirs. I framed the rooms with slowed down breath, mortared the corners with patience and rest. No nails of pride, no doors that shout, just hinges of mercy that open out. I swept the noise from yesterday's veins and laid these floors with a hush that remains. Count to 4 where the rafters bend, let the drip find rhythm and call it a friend. If memory knocks with a suitcase of blame, show it the sink, let the rainfall explain. In a house made of rain, I'm clean again. Walls of weather, floors of wind, roof of forgiveness, beams of refrain. I'm home in the hush of a house made of rain. No fire to prove, no crowd to entertain, just me and the hymn of a house made of rain. Kitchen light flickers like a faithful nurse, measuring pulse in the coffee's verse. The kettle exhales what the night held tight, lets old names soften and learn to be light. I shelved the thunder beside the door, labeled it only if peace asks for more. My coat hangs wet with an honest past, it drips into buckets I empty at last. There's a chair that forgives the weight I bring, a towel that crowns me with nothing like king. This roof doesn't keep the storms away, it teaches me how to stay. Breathe on forward till the bass says stay, let the snare brush puddles into play. If pride arrives with a loud acclaim, turn down the lamp, let the rain know your name. In a house made of rain, I'm clean again. Walls of weather, floors of wind, roof of forgiveness, beams of refrain. I'm home in the hush of a house made of rain. I bless what broke and what remained, built in a room in a house made of rain. Bedroom window holds a silver sheet, city's heartbeat softened and sweet. I count the breaths I used to spend on doors that jammed and wars to defend. But water rewrites the story I kept, turns razors to rivers where swords once slept. It polishes shame like a blackened toy till face and purpose rejoin. I keep a ledger for gentler dues, debits of anger, credits of truce. Balance returns like an evening train, arriving on tracks made of rain. Hold your count, let the strings lean low, let piano drip notes you already know. If guilt demands an iron chain, rinse it to rust in the mouth of a rain. In a house made of rain, I'm clean again. Walls of weather, forgiveness, beams of refrain. I'm home in the hush of a house made of rain. No witness needed, no royal domain. Just breathing bread in a house made of rain. Bring me the words I spoke too fast. I'll soak them soft till the edges pass. Bring me the locks I forced for proof. Rain will repair the honest roof. Bring me the letters I never sent. We'll float them down the basement vent. Let the guitar bend like a bowed down spine. Let trumpet glow like a street lamp sign. If mercy is water and I'm the clay, shape me slower, wash me away. Say less, hold true, count four, come through. Hallway mirror fogs with a second chance. Finger draws circles where I used to glance. The man in the glass looks older, sure, but kind in the lines where storms matured. I thank the leaks that taught me pails, the temporary roofs that became my tales. I learned that shelter isn't dry, it's where your worry comes to lie. Where grief is a guest with a decent bed, and blame is a coat you learn to shed. Where love is a mop, not a closing door, cleaning the footprints you adore. 4 beats soft like a cotton hymn. Let the past get quiet at the brim. If rage returns to stake its claim, it leaves in silence, washed by rain. In a house made of rain, I'm clean again. Walls of weather, floors of wind, roof of forgiveness, beams of refrain. I'm home in a hush of a house made of rain. I mend, I breathe, I lose the strain, and sleep like thunder after rain. Of a house made of rain. I mend, I breathe, I lose the strain, and sleep like thunder after rain. In a house made of rain, I'm clean again. Walls of weather, floors of wind, roof of forgiveness, beams of refrain. I'm home. Streetlight spills like a silver confession across the pavement where the wind keeps score. I measure my calm in the length of my shadow and count out the promises I can't ignore. Window blinks, the city turns its shoulder. I keep my collar up against the cold. Silence is heavy, but it doesn't break me. It chisels my will into iron and gold. There's a rusted gate that sings when I pass it, like a memory learning how to breathe. I could chase ghosts till the morning forgives me, but I've learned what stays and what needs to leave. There's a map in the cracks of the sidewalk, a secret compass under my feet. Every turn writes a vow in the gravel. Walk with patience, never retreat. Oh. Neon rain, it drips from the awning, spilling stories I rarely tell. I keep my words like coins in a pocket, spin only where silence won't do as well. Old mistakes sit quiet on benches, tipping hats as I wander by. They're not friends, but they know my posture. Back straight, jaw easy, eyes on the sky. I used to run where the rumors were louder, hunting thunder just to test my name. Now I sip slow from the cup of the evening, let the bitterness teach me a different flame. The alley breeze, a harmonica distant, the tone of a promise I'm learning to keep. I'm not lost, I'm exacting my choosing. Where I sow is where I'll reap. And the night asks softly, who do you carry? I answer only the man I'm meant to be. If the road is narrow, let it be narrow. My stride is steady, my hands walk free. I walk alone but not lonely. I got a mirror for a friend and a shadow for a guide. D minor on my tongue, heart slow and holy. Every step a quiet oath I sign inside. I don't shout for the world to know me. I let the rhythm of my boots declare my creed. I walk alone but not lonely, a planted seed becoming what I need. Key in the curve of the moonlight, it turns in the lock of my ribs. Patience hums like a low burn fire, feeding muscle to my fibs. I used to swear by the crowded tables, cards and smoke and restless deals. Now I trade in hours and focus, stacking bricks, no room of steals. The river speaks under iron bridges, cold and clear with measured grace. It tells me, hold your center, traveler, win the inside, you'll win the race. A passing train writes sparks on the darkness, Morse code for a stubborn heart. I read it true, keep walking softly. Every master was once apart. And the dawn sits waiting behind the warehouses, a thin pale blade that will cut me clean. If I bleed today, let it be old doubt, let courage fill the space between. I walk alone but not lonely. I got a mirror for a friend and a shadow for a guide. D minor on my tongue, heart slow and holy. Every step a quiet oath I sign inside. I don't shout for the world to know me. I let the rhythm of my boots declare my creed. I walk alone but not lonely, a planted seed becoming what I need. Whispers on brick, the city remembers all the versions of me that tried to impress. One by one I fold them and file them, thank them kindly, then lay them to rest. Slide its our size like a door near closing, but I'm the hinge that refuses to rust. I am the keeper of small, sure choices. Stone by stone I build my trust. If thunder comes, I won't chase it, let the storm announce itself. I've got weather in my marrow and a compass on the shelf. Reach is nothing without ground, and grace means power with a leash. I set the table for my hunger, serve it discipline for each. I walk alone but not lonely. I've got a mirror for a friend and a shadow for a guide. D minor on my tongue, heart slow and holy. Every step a quiet oath I sign inside. I don't shout for the world to know me. I let the rhythm of my boots declare my creed. I walk alone walk alone but not lonely, not empty, full of quiet speed. Streetlight fades, the vinyl crackle widens. I count my steps, then let them go. Where I'm headed doesn't need a witness, only a promise kept low and slow. Fade on the river of breath, fade on the ink of the road. I walk alone, but not lonely, becoming the man I already know. The whiskey burns, but it don't cleanse. I've outlived enemies, outlasted friends. The mirror grins with a borrowed face, a ghost of pride, a hollow grace. The smoke don't rise, it just abides between my truth and what hides inside. In the night, she smirks, she's seen my vice. The man I'm buried twice. I buried him young, with charm and fire. Thought ambition could take me higher. I wore his name like a velvet lie. Smiled at strangers, let the real one die. The crowd applauded, the world agreed, but all they saw was my disease. And though he breathed, I cut his ties. The man I buried twice. He came back slow through empty rooms and whisper smoke and unpaid tune. I heard him hum through my guitar, a voice too close, a wound too far. He said you built the dream but lost the soul. You played the part but paid the toll. I poured a drink, looked in his eyes at the man I buried twice. No preacher saved what I became, just echoes whispering my name. You can trade your youth for gold and fame, but you can't cheat loss, it's the same old game. The blues don't heal, it just implies the truth's the death the soul supplies. And when I pray I hear his sighs, a man I buried twice. So pour one for the man beneath the skin, one I killed to let me win. He laughs slow, a haunting vice. Yeah, the man I buried twice. He hums my songs in shadowed rhyme, keeps my guilt in perfect time. I ain't seeking peace or paradise, just the man I buried twice. So pour one for the man beneath the skin, the one I killed to let me win. He laughs low, a haunting vice. Yeah, the man I buried twice. He hums my songs in shadowed rhyme, keeps my guilt in perfect time. I ain't seeking peace or paradise, just a man I buried twice. The glass don't lie, it cracks instead. Every line's a thing I said. Each wrinkle hums a quiet sin of who I was and could have been. I tried to run, I tried to hide, but he walks with me side by side. And every silence redefines the man I buried twice. I tell the night my secret crime, that I stole my truth to buy some time. I traded love for a louder cheer, and all that's left is the man right here. He don't blame, he just observes the hollow life my pride deserves. And though I breathe, I pay the price to the man I buried twice. The man in the mirror grins and gray, says you're still me, you just decay. He don't shout, he don't curse my name. He says we're both just built from blame. He lights a smoke, says let's be clear, you're still the reason I'm still here. And as the blues repeats its advice, he smiles, the man I buried twice. He said, I watched you drown in golden fame, watched you chase pride, forget your name. I tried to warn, but you wouldn't hear. Now you're the ghost that I revere. I asked him low, can I return? He said, no flame reclaims its burn. I closed my eyes, rolled my dice with the man I buried twice. Pour one for the man who lost his soul, who paid his dues but not his toll. He still hums low through fire and ice. Yeah, the man I buried twice. Raise your glass to the ones who fall, to the proud who built their own downfall. No redemption, just advice from the man I buried twice. The smoke curls high, the truth unfolds. The blues don't age, it just grows old. Each note I bend bleeds something true of who I was, of who I knew. The room falls still, the air precise, it echoes, the man I buried twice. And in that hush, no faith, no lie, it's just the man I buried twice. I ain't holy, I ain't right, but I made peace with endless night. He stands beside me, calm and plain, the shadow that carries my refrain. He hums the truth through every line that I can't reclaim. What once was mine, still I toast beneath these skies. The man I buried twice. Morning sits warm on a faithful chair, piano breath rides easy, yeah. Cup in my hand, a scar on the rim. I toast the burdens that taught me to swim. Not every weight was an enemy. I used to curse the stone I hauled, swore at the sky like the blame it called, held my jaw like a rusted clamp burned my name into every lamp. Then one long winter showed me slow how steady shoulders make rivers grow. I learned to breathe beneath the load, count my steps, repair the road. A boy with fury, a man with hands. I traded thunder for honest plan. The spine I earned from agony became the weight that loved me. Count to 4 with ribs, not a rage. Let breath uncrease the page. If yesterday begs for injury, say thank you, storm, you carried me. This is the way that loved me. It pressed me down to rise. It taught my knees the country, put daylight in my eyes. No crown could do what burden did. No speech could name this sea. I found a stronger mercy in the weight that loved me. A door once stuck where my temper lived. I pushed and kicked what a hinge forgives. Later I learned to drop of oil, the gentle truth that saves the soil. I held a friend through his midnight ache, let grief speak floods until it broke. We didn't dam it with clever talk, we kept the lamps and took the walk. Some weights are names you refuse to drop, a vow you keep at the quiet shop. Hold steady here, make bread, pour tea, let ordinary carry me. Breathe on 4, let strings lean low, let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns like a debtor's plea, tell it kindness carried me. This is the way that loved me. It pressed me down to rise. It taught my knees a country, put daylight in my eyes. No crown could do what burden did. No speech could name this sea. I found a stronger mercy in the weight that loved me. I wore a suit that cost me sleep, silk on the surface, the lining cheap. It taught me how a shine can lie, how fabric strains when rooms run dry. I hung it up beside my rage, watch both grow small with age. Now denim truth and linen calm hold me closer than any song. The bills I paid, the debts I owe, the promises I hauled like a road. They didn't drown, they discipled me, cut keys to doors I couldn't see. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure, let quiet be strong and good be pure. If memory has to set me free, say burden, tune the key. This is a way to love me. It pressed me down to rise. It taught my knees a country, put daylight in my eyes. No crown could do what burden did. No speech could name the sea. I found a stronger mercy in the weight that loved me. Bring me the stones I threw at night, I'll build a hearth that keeps us alive. Bring me the names I lifted wrong, I'll sing them slow inside this song. Bring me the locks I forced for show, I'll oil them now and let them go. Let slide guitar bend once then rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory claim. Feed it bread and call it plain. If power asks what love can be, a weight you share, not just a key. Say less, stand true, count to 4, come through. I met a widow on Market Street, carried her bags through summer heat. She didn't cry, she didn't preach, just split the load in equal reach. We walked 3 blocks like a small parade, a chorus built of what hands laid. She said, I thought I'd break in two. I said, not now, look me into. I learned that love is not a blaze, it's cooler light on longer days. The heaviest kindness quietly becomes a weight that loves me. Hold that 4, let the rim click, pray. Let mercy sign the day. If thunder begs for history, let burdens ride the victory. This is the weight that loved me. It pressed me down to rise. It taught my knees the country, put daylight in my eyes. No crown could do what burden did. The room leans close like it wants to learn. The bass ticks slow like a measured burn. The lights go low, the noise turns thin. I press my breath and settle in. My watch taps time against my palm. A quiet storm, the weight of calm. In the night she nods, she knows this song. A crown that rests in the weight of calm. I walk that line between steel and silk, where heat runs slow like warm milk. No need to shout, no fist to show. I let my presence set the flow. My shoes draw maps on oak and grain. The snare keeps time inside my veins. A city bows without alarm to the measured weight of calm. Cufflinks flash like lightning dead, but thunder hides in how I stare. I lift a glass, the room complies. 1,000 doubts grow civilized. I choose my words like polished stones. I lay them down, they build their throne. The floorboards hum my private psalm. A kingdom built on a weight of calm. Ain't no preacher teach a steady hand. You learn by losing what you plan. You trade the roar for something deep, a pace that moves while others sleep. You let the fire dodge the bomb. You hold it close, you keep it warm. And when the storm expects you home, you answer with the weight of calm. So pour one for the man who never rushed, whose silence makes the loud ones hush. He laughs slow, he won't his song. He rules the night with weight of calm. It hums like oak and sways hands like steel. A patient force the proud can feel. I ain't begging fate or charm. I move the world with the weight of calm. The band sits back to let me breathe. The organ smoke threads through my sleeve. The guitar bends like tempered wheel. A single note that holds you still. The barmaid nods, she knows this tune. When measured men light up a room. No tempest here, no cheap alarm. Just a quiet weight of calm. I learned to fold my anger neat, to iron rage with controlled heat, to close my fist around the wind, to say much less and still contain. I count the beats the drummer hides. I read the eyes the crowd provides. Where others run, I simply song. A wind by way to calm. The man in the mirror lifts his chin, says, boy, I see you learn to win. Not by blaze or sharpened tongue, but by the breath you hold in lung. No sword to wave, no flag to claim, just poison patience in your name. He taps the glass, confirms the charm. You're crowned by weight of calm. She enters slow with silver eyes, a question hid in her disguise. She waits to see if I will chase. I let the stillness take her face. A tilt of glass, a glance of grace. No frantic moves, no crowded space. The bass grows warm, the doubts disarm. She understands the weight of calm. Pour one for the man who reads the tide, who makes the storm itself subside. He hums low, keeps that song. He crowns the room with the weight of calm. Raise your glass to iron grace, to silent heat and steady pace. No shout, no bluff, no bomb. Just sovereign weight of calm. The groove pulls tight like tailored cloth. The tempo breathes a sacred oath. Each note holds back just half a breath. A dance with danger, not with death. I set the air in measured harm, a lullaby of weight of calm. The room leans in, the doubts grow small. They fall beneath the weight of calm. I ain't holy, I ain't tame, I just refuse the frantic game. I bank my sparks in tempered steel, I spend them slow so fate can kneel. I carry storms in quieter jars, I steer by scars instead of stars. When chaos begs for open palm, I close my hand with the weight of calm. Ain't no choir singing me through, just bass and breath and follow through. No trumpet blast, no gilded bomb, just heartbeat under weight of calm. Leave mine at dawn inside a quiet frame. Steam writes cursive on the window pane. Chair takes breath, floor keeps time. Kettle hums a single line. I touch the knob, the brass the same. Even if I go, the room still knows my name. I left my thunder on the porch swing rail, hung up proof like a retired tale. Kept only tools that mend and stay, an oiled hinge, a light of day. There's sawdust in the afternoon, a stray blue nail like a small old moon. Every corner keeps a gentler aim to hold a man and not his fame. I've spoken softer than I came, and when I leave, the room will say my name. Count to 4 with the ribs not pried. Let breath be the long, clear guide. If memory knocks like a neon claim, smile once and let the room say your name. The room still knows my name in wood and light and grain. It keeps my weight without a stain. It sings me home through ordinary rain. No trumpet needs to frame the lesson or the flame. I could be gone, but here remains a room that knows my name. The sink remembers how I prayed, not with words but cups I made. Porcelain, patience, soap and dawn, rinsing the iron from what I'd worn. The table bears a kinder scar, where bread was split in peace, sat down, a letter folded near the jar. Your hinge holds well, we keep it sound. The clock leans back, decides to stay. Time walks barefoot through the day. I stand more still than when I came in here. The room, it peered my name. Breathe on 4, let strings lean low. Let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns for a final game, pour tea, let the room say your name. The room still knows my name in wood and light and grain. It keeps my weight without a stain. It sings me home through ordinary rain. No trumpet needs to frame the lesson or the flame. I could be gone, but here remains a room that knows my name. A coat on the hook with a quiet wrist, lined with apologies I almost missed. I pull it close, it warms the bone, a map to places I've outgrown. I listen for the houses I've repaired, porches breathe and hinges spared, chairs that learned a softer ground, doors that open, voices round. The neighborhood hums a gentle claim. We recognize each other's names, but if I drift beyond this street, the floorboards keep my measured feet. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. thunder begs for brighter blame. Turn down the lamp, let the room speak your name. The room still knows my name, in wood and light and grain. It keeps my weight without a stain. It sings me home through ordinary rain. No trumpet needs to frame the lesson or the flame. I could be gone, but here remains a room that knows my name. Bring me the locks I forced for show. I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard. I'll say them soft in the backyard. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let guitar bend once, then rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants one last acclaim, point at the chair that knows my name. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. A widow's thank you on the sill. 3 words steady as a hill. Fence still stands, that's all she wrote. Enough to keep a man afloat. 2 kids outside rehearse their breaks, argue stars and second takes. Their mother laughs, the street agrees. Light rides patient on the trees. I learned to vanish from the stage, to leave a quieter, useful page. So when I go beyond this frame, the broom remembers how I came. Hold that 4-letter rim, click pray. Let mercy sign the day. Evening irons, gold on the road's thin seam. Wind folds quiet like a bedtime dream. Gravel counts soft under shoes that know. Piano of birds playing low, 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 low. I don't hurry, there's nothing to flee. The last light falls in step with me. I learned my name in stranger tongues, paid old debts with quieter lungs, turned down parades that stain the street, chose work that leaves a kind of heat. I bargained once with the thunder's feet, now I tip the dust with simplicity. The city behind me lowers its hands, lets go the noise, keeps honest plans. I used to brand my mercy loud, now it walks through an ordinary crowd. No witnesses, no stage to see, just breathe in the last light next to me. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let the breath be the long, clean guide. If memory calls for a brighter plea, answer with footsteps, small and free. The last light walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done with louder proving, I keep what I can be. Dust comes low and kindly, the last light walks with me. Fences leaning like elderly friends, trading the weather, predicting ends. A child chalks planets on the lane, spins a ring around her name. Her mother lifts a grocery bag, I catch the strap before it sags. No sermon there, no debts to weigh, just hip and hand and human day. Across the field a dog recalls a whistle stitched in evening calls. He trots back home uncomplicated, proof that peace can be translated. I thank the years for letting me see how small acts widen what will be. Breathe on forward while the slide notes lean. Let the bass say home soft and clean. If pride returns with a megaphone plea, turn the volume down to C. The last line walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done with loud approving, I keep what I can be. Dusk comes low and kindly, the last light walks with me. There's a bridge of iron over a patient stream, a mirror where I loan my dream. I drop 2 coins, one for grief, one for relief. The taught belief circles wide and then forget. Forgiveness keeps the water wet. I read my face the way we should, enough to know not to be understood. I am my work, the doors I oil, the weeds I pull from common soil. If legacy asks for a brighter key, I hand it hinges that swing quietly. Count to 4, let the strings inhale, let the trumpet glow like a faithful trail. If yesterday begs for authority, offer a chair, then let it be. The last light walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done with loud approving, I keep what I can be. Dusk comes low and kindly, the last light walks with me. Bring me the locks I forced for show, I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard, I'll speak them soft in a clean backyard. Bring me the steps I marched in vain, I'll walk them home in evening rain. Let's slide guitar band once and rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory asks for a neon flame, point it to sucker, bread and name. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. Mailbox yawns like a sleepy friend, holds a bill, a note, and the working end. The note says thanks in a sprawling hand for fixing a hinge they couldn't stand. I smile the way a quiet man smiles, folds the paper in quarter miles. There's wealth in chores that no one sees, floors that welcome, roofs that ease. I sweep the walk of a neighbor's place, leave my name off, leave only space. I'll learn to earn with gentler tools, humble metals, softer rules. The last light nods in warm decree, you've done enough, come home with me. Breathe on 4, let the lamppost bloom, let evening tidy the living room. If rumor looks for the old marquee, point it to dishes, tea and free. The last light walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master slow and kindly. Though a stair walks with show. The last light walks beside me. Long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me. No master hold my face. I'm done with Low light, low words, long shadow on the wall. Whiskey swims slow in the glass, like a moon that won't fall. Door creaks once, and silence takes a room. Power walks in quiet shoes and rearranges doom. I nod at the band, let the snare breathe deep. Let the bass count money while the city falls asleep. I don't beg and not for favor, I already own the town. You can hear it in the hush, the smoke holds a crown. Silk tie, gunmetal cufflinks, ash on the sleeve. Cards on the table and a trick of the week. Deal stitched in whispers sewn under the den. Every promise like a razor tucked under the skin. They talk fast, I talk less. Silence does the work while the others confess. Neon bleeds red through the blind stem veins. Outside rain writes my many surnames. I keep the ledger like a rosary of sins. Click of the zipper where forgiveness begins. Slow guitar bends like a threat you don't see. And the room leans forward to breathe with me. I don't gamble what I can take by grace. A smile is a lockpick on an iron face. They bargain with fear, I bargain with time. The clock is a witness that belongs to my mind. I call my initials in the hours last born. When the saxophone weeps, I'm already home. Cold hands, warm heart, all this come due. Every oath is a blade, watch how it moves. If you can't hold steady when the city goes dark, you'll never learn to light a fire with a spark. I don't raise my voice to make thunder sound. I let the hush shake walls from the underground. In a room full of kings, I straighten my gown, and every crown remembers who taught it to bow. I don't chase a throne, I just sit one down. The room signs the papers when I look around. No saint, no sinner, just a promise I found. Power speaks in smoke, and the smoke holds a crown. I've seen men drown with a coin in their mouth, swallowed by the river they wanted to drown. Heard prayers get pawned for a bottle and a lie. Watched angels fold wings when the price got high. But me, I learned patience from a trigger that never had to pull. A lesson in restraint from a cup never full. The devil rents rooms on the 7th floor. I sell them quiet and I lock the door. There's a woman with eyes like a witness stand. She reads my past like a smudge on her hand. Says, baby, what breaks you makes the band. I kiss her pulse and I let time land. Street lights blink like a Morse code plea, but mercy's a ledger with limited seat. I don't forgive quick, I forgive once. Write it in ink where the paper won't flinch. If loyalty's a chain, I'm the link they trust. If betrayal's a wind, I'm the weight in the dust. Cold hands, warm heart, keep you breathing slow. Make the room come closer while you barely move. If you can't make silence do what you choose, you'll never teach thunder how to sing the blues on. I don't raise my voice to make thunder sound. I let the hush shake walls from the underground. In a room full of kings, I straighten my gown, and every crown remembers who taught it to bow. I don't chase a throne, I just sit one down. The room signs the papers when I look around. No saint, no sinner, just a promise I found. Power speaks in smoke, and the smoke holds a crown. In a pocket, ghost darkness in a hall, names etched faint on the ledgers crawl. I own what I carry and I carry very light, just a blade made of patience and a map of the night. Man with loud hands crave a riot's cheer. I buy the silence and I sell them fear. My enemies write letters with invisible ink. By morning they discover what I made them think. I never run, roads run to me. I never beg doors, beg to be free. The piano tells the truth in a minor prayer, while the trumpet signs a treaty with the air. I'm not looking for heaven in a sinner's town. I'm building cathedrals where the lights go down. I tie it to the moment, not to the crowd. And the angels, if they listen, keep their heads bowed. Cold hands, warm heart, count to 4. Let the bass be a judge and the snare be the law. If the night is a jury and the dawn is a door, you leave with the verdict that you came here for. I don't raise my voice to make thunder sound. I let the hush shake walls from the underground. In a room full of kings, I straighten my gown, and every crown remembers who taught it to bow. I don't chase a throne, I just sit one down. The room signs the papers when I look around. No saint, no sinner, just a promise I found. Power speaks in smoke, and the smoke holds a crown. Shut, city exhales slow. Rain rubs a neon till the letters glow. I leave a tip for the night on a silver tray. Spend it on silence, I hear myself say. Band fades out, last note settles down. So out on my knees, I kiss you's the crown. The rain don't stop for a guilty man. It falls the same, it just don't land. The glass still shakes when the night gets loud. The past still stands where I once vowed. The whiskey hum, the soul debates between the door of love and fate. And the night, she knows mercy came too late. I built my walls from pride and smoke, watched her drown in every joke. She begged for warmth, I gave her cold. Called it strength, but it was old. Now I drink in a room she used to light. Her laughter gone, but the ghost still bites. You know I pray, I hesitate. Mercy came too late. The mirror don't lie, it just reflects the wreckage love can't resurrect. Her scent still walks these hollow halls, soft as grace, hard as walls. I said her name, it hurt to speak, like prayer from lips that turn too weak. Each word I whisper sealed my faith. Mercy came too late. forgiveness don't wear your name. The truth don't chase, it just waits. Stands beside your slow mistake. And when it knocks, you hesitate. Mercy came too late. So pour one for the man who saw too clear. When the light was gone, now when it was near, he laughs soft, tries to meditate, but mercy came too late. It hums like sorrow through his veins, a quiet echo that still remains. He ain't seeking grace, just faith, 'cause mercy came too late. I wrote a name on an envelope, but the ink ran wild with no hope. The words said sorry, but they bled. Each line I wrote just filled with dread. The wind took it from my hand, like time too cruel to understand. The sky turned black, the soul sedate. Mercy came too late. I stood outside the church she loved, watched candles flicker like the ones above. The pews were empty, the choir was gone, but the silence still sang her favorite song. I left one rose on the 7th seat, the one where she'd rest her feet. And though I whispered through the gate, mercy came too late. The man in the mirror don't pray no more. He's tired of knocking on closed doors. He says, son, you had the chance. The time you turned love's rhythm into rhyme. Now the blues don't punish, it reminds. That guilt's a friend of broken minds. You can't rewrite what sealed your fate. Mercy came too late. I felt a touch in a dream last night, soft as sin, gone by light. She said, I forgive, but not for you. It's just what dead hearts learn to do. I woke with tears I couldn't hide, like ghosts that won't step aside. Each breath I take, each step I wait, mercy came too late. Pour one for the man who don't belong, who hums her name through every song. He still prays low, but heaven's gate, yeah, mercy came too late. Raise that glass to what's been lost, to every heart that knows the cost. No pardon left to reinstate. Mercy came too late. Smoke grows thick, the tone breathes deep. Forgiveness watches, but it won't weep. I play a tune on broken strings. Each note confesses, each silence stings. The blues don't lie, it just translates. Every wound mercy can't sedate. And in the hush I resonate. Mercy came too late. I ain't holy, I ain't pure, but I've walked roads I can't endure. If heaven waits, it waits in vain. For men like me, don't change the chain. I breathe in guilt, I exhale hate. Still hoping peace won't hesitate. But when I looked, the truth's innate. Mercy came too late. Ain't no choir to cleanse my soul, just a hum of blues that takes control. No angel waits beyond that gate. Whoa, mercy came to. Lamp hangs low like a moon in chains. Dust rides halos over wood grain veins. I pull out the chair that remembers my weight, lay down a ledger and a patient fate. Trumpet far off, rain near the panes. Tonight we dine with a table of names. Old cold secrets a church won't keep, grooves like scars where the vows ran deep. There's coffee rings shaped like unclosed loops, cigarette constellations of old truths. Some names shine like a clean brass rail, some look back with a county jail pale. I trace with a finger the ones who stayed, the ones who folded the debts I paid. A city is made of the hands that lift, a mercy in pockets, a careful drift. I didn't build empires with a marching band, I built them slow with a quieter hand. The bass underfoot hums low and claims, power remembers at the table of names. Count to 4 before you speak, let the snare ride low on cheek. Ink may fade and ash may stain, but a kept old never leaves the grain. Raise a glass to the table of names, to brothers of light and sisters of flames, to the ones who ran and the ones who came, to the lost and the loyal who bled the same. If crowns are heavy and glory remains, we rest the weight on the table of names. Here's Angelo, steady as winter steel, never took more than a man could feel. Here's Rosa the saint with a gambler's eye, saved 3 boys and refused the sky. Here's Vito who lied like a choir boy's hymn, sweet on the tongue with a knife in the rim. I bought him grace on a Sunday night, sold him the truth when he asked for life. And here's a blank where a friend should be, the ghost of a promise that outlived me. Some names I whisper so they don't wake pain, some I pronounce like a gentle rain. If legacy's a ledger nobody owns, we're all signatures on borrowed bones. The organ breathes softly like old remains. I turn a page at the table of names. Count to 4, keep shoulders square, let memory sit in the head of the chair. A king is a clerk when the night explains, all power kneels at the table of names. Raise a glass to the table of names, to brothers of light and sisters of flames, to the ones who ran and the ones who came, to the lost and the loyal who bled the same. If crowns are heavy and glory remains, we rest the weight on the table of names. A waitress turned widow writes notes in the margin, small clean letters like a private pardon. She circles a day when the docks went dark, when sirens learned a funeral's large. I fold a bill under her sorrow's plate, not to erase, just to mediate. A soldier I raised from a street with no father, left his rage here and grew up farther. He learned that thunder is easy to sell, but quiet keeps a city well. Another page, ink bleeds like wine, with loyalty tilted on a crooked line. I forgave once where twice would kill. I held the door when mercy stood still. No angels here, no perfect claims, just men tuned low at the table of names. Count to four, give grief a chair, let brass sigh soft in the open air. If truth is heavy, don't shift the frame. Hold steady now at the table of names. Raise a glass to the table of names, to brothers of light and sisters of flames, to the ones who ran and the ones who came, to the lost and the loyal who bled the same. If crowns are heavy and glory maims, we rest the weight on a table of names. Bring me the ink that outlasts rain. Bring me the hands that ease the stain. Bring me the night I should have stayed. Bring me the bill I never paid. Bring me the doors I closed too soon. Bring me the favors I called a boon. Let the guitar bend like a vow that bends. Let the organ count our better ends. If legacy's a candle that knows our shame, we hold the flame at the table of names. Ride slow, breathe through, say less, pay due. A traitor returns as a father of two, holds out a hand like a debt that grew. He asks for word, not a pardon's kiss. I give him roots where the edges miss. Not mercy blind, not judgment wild. A safer street for a safer child. A widow brings roses for the men who fell. Says nothing, her silence rings the bell. The room takes note like a notary sky. Even the shadows forget to lie. I learned to bless without losing the blade, to ask of the storm what calmness paid. I signed 3 lines and refuse 1 war, approve 1 truce and forgive 1 score. The pen feels warm in a colder air. Some laws you keep just because you can. Count to 4, let the pages rest. Lay your ear on the table's chest. If the past still beats and the present aims, we pose together at the table of names. Raise a glass to the table of names, to brothers of light and sisters of flames, to the ones who ran and the ones who came, to the lost and the loyal who bled the same. If crowns are heavy and glory maims, we rest the weight on a table of names. Rain keeps score on the blacked out glass. Street hums low like a wounded brass. Ice taps twice in a heavy hand. Lighter blinks, tiny funeral band. The office smells of leather and rain, contract smoke and a patient pain. I tell the room be honest or leave. It answers back with a silent sleep. The city fits inside a quiet sip. Decisions drown on the whiskey's lip. My name rides low in a neighborhood hymn. Good men nod, bad men swim. A ledger sleeps on the edge of dawn, open like a throat that won't stay on. I bought my peace with a steady gait, but war keeps keys to every gate. I keep a picture of the docks in frame, where boys learn patience and men learn save breath, not take a life. Count to four and dim the roar. Let the bass confess the floor. If pride walks in, make pride sit down. If grief gets loud, let grief wear a crown. This is where whiskey meet war. A quiet room, a loud score. I drink what's left of yesterday's men, then sign the fate of midnight again. No flags, no drums, no open door. Just me, a glass, and the weight I swore. If peace is truth I can't ignore, I'll taste it here, where whiskey meets war. A soldier's coat hangs on the chair. Rain made halo in the air. He said I did it like you said. Took fear alive, left pride for dead. But even clean jobs muddy a soul. Even right cuts take a toll. I told him walk, don't look behind. We pay the bill in a different kind. He left a silence on my desk. Cigarette ended like a small protest. Window shook with a passing train. I felt the city hide its pain. The trumpet down the block cried thin. I poured the night and let it in. Hold your breath, the verdict moans. Let the snare ride long bones. If rage is loud, make rage grow sore. Teach it to whisper on the floor. This is where whiskey meet war. A quiet room, a louder score. I drink what's left of yesterday's men, then sign the fate of midnight again. No flags, no drums, no open door. Just me, a glass, and the weight I swore. If peace is truth I can't ignore, I'll taste it here, where whiskey meets war. She came with rain folded in her sleeves, eyes like harbor lights on thieves. Tell me, she said, what glory buys when it leaves a bruise between your eyes. Set the glass down like a bell. Said glory's a story the loud ones sell. I buy the quiet, I sell the calm. I pay with pieces of my palm. She touched the ledger, felt the blame. Read the weight under every name. Could you have loved without the throne? Only if the night could stand alone. We shared a smoke like a borrowed hymn. Watched the halo over brim. She didn't cry, she didn't plead. She named the cost and let it bleed. Count to four, let thunder pass. Watch the glass, forgive the glass. If truth comes barefoot, lock the door. Make it warm on the office floor. This is where whiskey meet war. A quiet room, a louder score. I drink what's left of yesterday's men, then sign the fate of midnight again. No flags, no drum, no open door. Just me, a glass, and the weight I swore. If peace is truth I can't ignore, I'll taste it here, where whiskey meets war. Bring me the names I couldn't live. Bring me the hours I called a gift. Bring me the fists I taught to sleep. Bring me the vows I couldn't keep. Let the bottle slide its sermon slow. Let the rain translate what I won't show. If justice limps, I'll walk beside. If mercy shakes, I'll let it ride. I've turned my anger into steam. Let it fade across the beam. I've paid for silence, coin by coin. Built a church, the tire joint, no parade, no crimson door. Just a pen that knows the score. Count to 4, sign once more. Let the hush conduct the war. A phone blinks red like a wounded eye. News from streets that never lie. Two rivals drown in their own scheme. A third got wise to the family dream. I could flood the night with guns and proof, or fix the leak in the weathered roof. I choose the latter, trim the flame, change the game without the blame. Send the widows roses wide, pay the priest to play more light. Higher work for fatherless hands, put the wolves on other lands and bar's been closed an hour, but the ghosts keep time. Neon hums a half-remembered rhyme. I flip my lighter like a priest flips pages. Smoke writes songs that forgive old wages. Chair knows my weight, glass knows my hand. Night knows every name I used to stand. If I talk, it's to the ash and the ceiling stain. A quiet chord where I plead my pain. I wasn't born mean, I learned the math. What you keep, you count, what you love, you have. A boy with pockets full of dark yard wind. A mother who passed truth thinner than skin. My father spoke little, taught me the stare. How to hold a room like it borrows your air. First deal I cut, the knife was time. I paid in patience, collected in rhyme. I gave the city something it could owe. Shelter in winter, a place to grow. But charity's a mirror that steals your face, and power is a choir you must conduct with grace. The ledger grew thicker than the church's book. Every favor a hook, every handshake a look. I kept the streets humming like a bass line vow. Never raised a gun, didn't need it somehow. But mercy wears thin when the crowd needs proof. You start adding thunder to a weathered roof. Tonight I count shadows like I count sins. Every loss a lesson, every bruise a hymn. Breathe slow, let the guilt ride low. Turn the snare to snow. If a man must break, let him break into the one he was and the one he grew. This is my black cigar confession. Smoke on my tongue, truth in compression. If I ever hurt what I meant to hold, no, I paid full price in cold. I don't ask heaven for intercession. I sign my name to my transgression. Light the night, let the ashes teach. Some prayers burn better than they preach. There was a girl with eyes like a courtroom dawn. She saw the man I wore and what was gone. Said, love's not leather, it doesn't fit tight. I said, love is weather, I forecast night. We danced on a floor made of unspent tears. Stepped over rumors like discarded gears. I gave her my watch, she gave me her vow. Time kept moving, we never learned how. A brother in arms took the wrong left turn. Chased the quick fire, forgot the slow burn. I told him you can live on a louder street, but quiet collects what loud can't keep. He didn't listen, I buried my pride. Left a rose on a coat that couldn't decide. I pay my respects with a let the truth unspool, turn a mirror cruel. If a king must kneel, let him kneel to time. If forgives in prose, condemns in rhyme. This is my black cigar confession, smoke on my tongue, truth in compression. If I ever chose war over reach, know I learned the cost I preach. I don't ask heaven for intercession, I sign my name to my transgression. Light the night, let the ashes teach. Some prayers burn better than they preach. The city thinks I sleep with a crown on, but crowns are chairs you sit on alone. I own nothing that can't leave by dawn. Even loyalty walks home on its own. I've forgiven once where twice would kill. I've held my fire the way saints hold will. I've dressed my anger in a dark silk coat, then left it in check room without the note. Man, call me boss like the word is safe. They don't see the ledger under my faith. Every deal is a door that takes your name. You leave lighter, but you're never the same. I bought quiet at a price too steep to tug the city's heart in sleep. On Sundays I pay the brass to play slow. Let the horns confess what I won't show. If God is counting, He counts the rest. The measure's where I hid my test. Breathe slow, let the past sit down. Take off your borrowed crown. If a sin must speak, let it speak in tune. A D minor hymn to a ballroom moon. This is my black cigar confession, smoke on my tongue, truth in compression. If I ever turn kindness, then know I thickened it later under skin. I don't ask heaven for intercession, I sign my name to my transgression. Light the night, let the ashes teach. Some prayers burn better than they preach. Yeah, this is my black cigar confession, smoke on my tongue, truth in compression. If I ever broke what I swore to keep, know I lay awake while the city sleep. I won't ask heaven for intercession, I sign my name to my transgression. Light the night, let the ashes teach. Some prayers burn better than they preach. And when dawn asks who I've been, I'll answer, the man who learned to begin. Light a shed, night exhale, rain walks home along the rails. I leave the key where the bar was, till the mortar barn will close. The cargoes are home, let it in at night. A sloth thing my word, city gown goes. Sleep takes possession. I leave with spoke and a clean expression.
The doors breathe wide, like they know my name. The floor holds steady, the bass the same. The smoke draws crowns on amber stone. A hush reveals what I have grown. No banners raised, no trumpets blown. Just breath and time and bone on bone. In the night she smiled because I've shown you don't have to roar to claim your throne. the length of crowded years, past ash and oath and cheaper cheers. I learned to trade the spark for coal, to keep the heat and save the soul. I left the race to those who ran. I kept my pulse, refined my plan. Now rooms lean in like carved in stone to hear the reign of the quiet throne. I dropped the need to win on sight. I chose the long deliberate night. I tuned my breath to slower keys. I let my anger learn to breathe. I filed my pride until it shone. A tool not master, flesh to bone. And in that light, the truth was known. The calmest crown is the quiet throne. Ain't no preacher sells this grace. You buy it slow, you learn your pace. You keep your word and sharpen less. You let restraint replace success. You trust the air you're standing on. You let the storm move through and gone. When noise begs blood from skin and stone, you answer with a quiet throne. So pour one for the man who doesn't chase, whose steady eyes can clear a place. He laughs low, his proof is grown. He rules the night from a quiet throne. It hums like oak, it shines like dawn. A crown you feel though nothing's drawn. I ain't pleading fate alone, I wear the weight of a quiet throne. The barmaid knows the weather here. She sets a glass and stills a fear. The snare ticks soft, the kick says stay. The organ threads a velvet way. Men measure men in restless tones. I let their thunder pass like stones. By the time the talk is flown, they're kneeling to a quiet throne. Speak once, speak true, then let it stand. Keep warm your fire, cool your hand. Treat pride like glass, polished or spend less today. Oh, something more, forgive but never lose the charge. Trust patience, scars, not racing hearts. A kingdom's not in steel alone. His breath that builds a quiet throne. The man in the mirror tips his head, says, son, you found the path instead. It wasn't rage, it wasn't speed, it wasn't hunger dressed as need. It was the way you didn't push, the way you turned a right hush. No flags, no drums, no iron groan, just presence and a quiet throne. A murmur swells from jealous throats. A tide of sparks on cashed notes. They bait my edge to brighter leaps. They want the fire that no one keeps. I raise one palm a fraction slow. The storm forgets which way to go. The bass resumes, the doubt is flown. Obedient to the quiet throne. For the man who reads the waves, who lets the fire remain its slave. He hums low, all battles known. He bends the dark with a quiet throne. Raise a glass to iron grace, to breath that calms a crowded place. No roar, no blade, no overthrown, just sovereign heat and quiet throne. A single bend becomes a door. A room steps through and asks for more. A ribbon reaver, amber tone, turns noise to air and fear to bone. I set the groove where faith has grown. No hurry, just a tempered zone. And in that hush, the crown is shown, weightless, like a quiet throne. let the chase fall off the map. I traded sprint for patient lap. I let the past keep what it owns. I kept the lesson in my bones. I left the world its sharpened tone. I took the peace of a quiet throne. Ain't no choir singing up my name, just bass and breathing gentle flame. No trumpet calls, no gilded loan, just proof that stands when night is blown. You want the key, then stand alone and learn to need no borrowed tone. When questions rise from flesh and stone, you let them bow to the quiet throne. So pour one for the ones who chose to wait, who turned down speed and walked with fate. He laughs slow, the work is done. He rules the dusk with a quiet throne. No crown to wait, no debt to own, just breathe and makes the dark a home. And when I fade, carve it on stone. I love the night and the quiet throne. The scene by kings I trumpet prop. What's the paddle still by night? The seas wide matter on the beat, but hold that door is never seen. Now forgives a wanting on to keep the fire soft as snow. Morning steps over the old back fence, a soft gold mercy without pretense. Dust turns holy in a patient ray, and for the first time in a long, long time, the light decides to stay. I used to hold my breath for storms, build my walls in thunder forms, kept a code for every doubt, wore it in and never out. I learned to oil my noisy doors, sweep the anger off the floors, name the tools that mend a day, and leave the rest to walk away. Now coffee warms a gentler bone, silence feel like something grown. The window writes a softer way, the light knows me and it stays. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breathe be the long, clean guide. If yesterday knocks with a louder say, smile one step back, let daylight pray. Light learns to stay. It doesn't beg for proof. It climbs the slate of an ordinary, pours through the rooms I used to grade. No trumpet, no parade, just mercy without sway. I open both my hands and watch the light, how to stay. I walk the block with a listener's gate, arriving early, leaving late. A neighbor's hinge confesses rust. We share a rag and trade in trust. 2 kids chalk rings around the sun, argue colors, call it done. Their mother laughs a working hymn. I hold the bag and breathe with them. I used to crown myself with flame, burn the evening just to name a victory no dawn could wait. Now light keeps score by staying. Breathe on 4, let strings lean low, let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns for a louder play, point it to bread and let it stray. Light learns to stay. It doesn't beg for proof. It climbs the slate of an ordinary roof, pours through the rooms I used to grade. No trumpet, no parade, just mercy without sway. I open both my
I send a few with kinda ink. I keep a few so time can think. The mirror does a gentler job, leaves out the blade, keeps in the saw. A button patient stitch it neat, wear it where my pulse can meet. The man I was is not a ghost. He sets the table, pours the toast. We eat our peace in common clay, the living proof the light can stay. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If memory begs for a harsher day, I turn the lamp and let it pray. Light learns to stay. It doesn't beg for proof. It climbs the slate of an ordinary fruit. Pours through the rooms I used to grade. No trumpet, no parade. Just mercy without sway. I open both my hands and watch the light learn how to stay. Bring me the locks I force for show. I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too sharp. I'll speak them soft, teach night to heart. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let slide guitar bend once, then rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a neon sign, give it supper, salt and thyme. If power asks what is for today, to keep the light and let it stay. Say less, stand plain. Count to 4, remain. A letter arrives with a thank you hand. About that gate you came to mend. I fold the note the quiet way, a small receipt for a brighter day. The mailbox hums a copper cord. The porch boards nod like they're restored. I sweep the dust, I spare the bees. I leave the clover for their ease. The sky puts silver on the lane, and even shadows lose their strain. They're only proof of what life says. I'm here, I'm warm, I'll stay. Hold that 4, let the snare lie low. Let the organ breathe and the strings say go. If glory turns with a borrowed play, offer a chair, then fade to day. Light learns to stay. It doesn't beg for proof. It climbs the slate of an ordinary roof. Pours through the rooms I used to grade. No trumpet, no parade. Just mercy without sway. I open both my hands and watch the light learn how to stay. I sit with dusk like an old good friend, naming the ways we didn't bend, the doors we oiled, the words we saved, the hours we gave to the unenslaved. I phone the man I used to fear. We trade our names and drop a year. No ledger speaks, no tally calls, just space enough for mercy's walls. And when I hang the gentler line, I feel the color turn from wine to wheat to bread to daily grace. The light keeps finding my face.
The wind still hums through the broken blinds, a soft reminder of changing times. The glass half full, the fight half done. The war I waged, I finally won. The smoke don't cling, it drifts away. like all the debts I used to pay. In the dark, she smiles, she keeps the score, but the night don't owe me anymore. I chase the dawn with bloodshot eyes, trying to bury what truth implies. Each dream I lost, I call it fate. Each sin I loved, I dressed as great. I walk through storms, I beg for pain, just to feel alive again. Now the fire's out, the whiskey's poured, but the night don't owe me anymore. The jukebox hums a tired refrain, a song I played to drown the pain. The barmaid nods, she knows my face. She's seen regret in every case. The stool still creaks beneath my weight, a ghost of pride, a twist of fate. But the chair don't judge, the floor don't mourn, and the night don't owe me anymore. Ain't no preacher left to save my kind, just the echo of peace I find. You can fight the dark, but it never dies. It just waits beneath your sighs. The blues don't cure, it just forgives. For every fool who still relives. I took my last, I closed that door. The night don't own me anymore. So pour one for the man who found his peace when the noise fell down and the doubt ceased. He laughs low, calm to the core. Yeah, the night don't owe him anymore. It hums like mercy, soft and slow, a quiet truth he's come to know. He ain't seeking fight or war, 'cause the night don't know him anymore. Her photo's cracked but still looks kind. The love's long gone but not declined. I talk to her like she's still near, tell her what I couldn't clear. Her smile don't fade, it just forgives. A shade that knows how silence lives. I used to bleed for what she wore. Now the night don't owe me anymore. I learned that loss ain't always pain. Sometimes it's just the end of rain. The sun still sets, the soul still mends. You learn that peace don't mean it ends. I burned my guilt, I kept the scar, a map to show me who we are. And though I've sinned, my spirit's sore. The night don't owe me anymore. The man in the mirror don't talk tonight. He just nods once under pale light. He don't accuse, he don't forgive. He just shows the way I live. He says, boy, the fight's been long, but every wrong wrote you a song. And I smile back the same as before, 'cause the night don't owe me anymore. don't race like it used to do. It beats slow, quiet, clean and true. The blues still play, but soft, refined, like a scar that learned to stay behind. I hum along, no pain, no score, just rhythm born from what I swore. The ghost still knocks, I don't implore. The night don't owe me anymore. Pour one for the man who walked away from every ghost that begged to stay. He hums low like paint's no more. Yeah, the night don't owe him anymore. It breathes like truth through open air. No guilt, no pride, just being there. I fade, I smile, I restore. The night don't hold me anymore. So pour one for the quiet kind, who left their sorrow far behind. For the men who learn what hearts are for. Yeah, the night don't owe them anymore. No crying, no fleeing, no lore, just stillness one metaphor. But when I faint, I'm sure the night don't owe me anymore. I see the fire fall in that flame. See men die but still retain the seal of fate, be peace will lay. They'll start a fume after rain, and I forget. D-minor dawn on a water skin. Miss writes cursive where banks begin. Gravel listen, reeds lean slow. Piano of droplets counting go. I touch the rail and feel time run. This river moves but forgets no one. I've walked beside this faithful vein, through winter glass and summer rain. It kept my secret, learned my stride, filed my anger, gentle pride. I threw a stone when I was young, a vow that bent a stubborn tongue. The circles widened, found there's some there singing still the river's drum. I thought I left those echoes then, but water keeps what shapes a man. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breathe be the long clear guide. If memory begs for a brighter gun, point to the current. It forgets no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. It smooths the names we called and leaves them in their place. No judgment in its running, no scoreboard in its run. It holds the world in motion. The river forgets no one. Folds a letter thin and drops it in like a trusted hymn. Fence still holds her script confessed. The water tucks it to its chest.
Two kids throw sticks and count to 4. Each choice chooses its farther shore. They cheer for the one that learns to bend. They watch the stubborn sinking end. I nod like maps that finally know you move by yielding more than go. What couldn't listen came undone, but mercy swam. It drowned no one. Breathe on 4, let strings lean low. Let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns with a hurried tongue, set it to water. It forgives no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. It smooths the names we carved and leaves them in their place. No judgment in its running, no scoreboard in its run. It holds the world in motion. The river forgets no one. I kept a drawer of unmailed lines, apologies stitched to winter vines. I read them here and tear them slow, like petals training grief to grow. The pages drift in softened bits, become a school of tender wits. A carp turns once, a heron bows. The river signs the gentler vows. It doesn't lift me out of pain, it teaches names for honest rain. I learned to stand where truths are spun, not to be spotless, just become. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If thunder begs for a borrowed gun, show it these banks, they shoot no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. It smooths the names we carved and leaves them in their place. No judgment in its running, no scoreboard in its run. It holds the world in motion. The river forgets no one. Bring me the locks I forced for show. I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard, I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin, I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let finger pick guitar bend once, then rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a neon sun, feed it bread by the river's run. Because power without kindness is only one, and rivers keep the ledger. They forget no one. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. Across the bend, a factory wall, rust and ivy equal draw. The river eats the iron's pride, turns red to brown, then lets it slide. Even the worst it learns to lift, not to pretend, but give it drift. A bottle note inside my hand, a boy's small script, a future plan. I'll learn to fix, I'll learn to stay. I'll make the doors behave this way. I seal it back and trust the run. Some other shore will meet that sun. Hold that 4, let rim click, pray. Let mercy sign the day. If history asks what we've become, point at the water. It forgets no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. It smooths the names we carved and leaves them in their place. No judgment in its running, no scoreboard in its run. It holds the world in motion. The river, it forgets no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't
the smoke curls, soft like thoughts unsent, around the things I never meant. The whiskey sways where silence grew, between a heart and what I knew. The night hums low, my conscience sways, count the words I let decay. In the dark she sighs, she knows instead of all the words I never said. I watched her leave with her suitcase small, no tear, no fight, no final call. Her eyes said more than I ever could, and I just froze, I never should. Her hand brushed mine, her smile was kind, but the truth stayed locked inside my mind. Now every dream repeats that thread, those words I never said. The wall still hum her favorite tune, it plays slow under the bleeding moon. Her shoes still rest by the broken chair, like she might come back, still live there. I speak to ghosts who never reply, the silence louder than goodbye. The echoes speak what I misread, the words I never said. Ain't no preacher who'll forgive this kind, the sin of silence, a cage mind. You can cry loud, you can pray low, but truth don't bloom and when you don't show. The heart will ache, the tongue will stall, and pride will build your final wall. By the time you look, the love is dead, killed by words you never said. So pour one for the man who spoke too late, who watched his heaven dissipate. He laughed soft but inside's laid, with all the words he never said. They hum through night, they burn in bed, they haunt the air inside his head. He ain't seeking peace, just thread through the words he never said. I write a name in cigarette smoke, each line a wish, each breath a choke. I play a song on a rusty string, the sound of loss in everything. The radio hums the way she'd hum, soft and low before she'd come. Now even silence feels like lead, with the words I never said. I saw her once by the station light, her hair still gold, her eyes still bright. She didn't speak, but her look was plain. Some love don't die, it just remains. I opened my mouth, but time stood still. The courage froze, the heart stood still. I let her go, my soul misled by the words I never said.
just stares back, proud and small. He says, boy, your tongue's your sin. You build a cage and live within. I nod slow, I know he's right. Silence owns me every night, and the blues play soft where angels fled from the words I never said. Some nights I swear I hear her hum, the same tune where our love begun. She whispers slow, you waited too long. Now I'm the lyric but you're the song. Her voice don't fade, it bends like time, turns guilt to verse, regret to rhyme. The stars burn low in my stead for the words I never said. Pour one for the man who can't move on, who speaks through tears till the dawn. He hums a name in shades of red, yeah, the words he never said. Raise their glass to the silent kind, who left their truth too far behind. No grace, no flame, just dread in the words he never said. So pour one for the hearts undone, that lose their truth and call it done. For every soul that walked instead of saying what they should have said. No crown, no flame, no thread, just silence keeping the dead fed. When I fade, remember red, the words I never said. I seen love die with lips still sealed, a war of hearts when none were healed. Seen love die and I'm crying still. Dawn loosens the knot on the eastern seam. Mist folds slow like a patient dream. Gravel breathes under honest shoes. Water speaks in quiet news. I touch the rail of a weathered shore. The river moves, but it don't rush anymore. I used to chase what the thunder sold, trade young fire for borrowed gold. Ran with a clock clenched in my jaw, bit down on seconds till I cracked the law. Every bridge was a dare to run, every street a loaded gun. Now I count by softer signs, bird prints stitched in muddy lines, steam from a mug that forgives the cold, stories that learn to age, not fold. I wear a coat with few wars, let wind edit what time ignores. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let the breath be the calmer guide. If yesterday bangs like a locked old door, let water answer, not anymore. The river doesn't rush anymore, it carries, it keeps, it sets ashore. It turns sharp stones to a kind of foam, teaches a spine how to weather a storm. I lift my hands and I ask no more. I walk beside what I begged before. Call it mercy, call it Lord. river doesn't rush anymore. I've seen men drown in a thimble of need, argue with blessings, sprint past the seed. I've watched loud hearts hire a crowd to clap for the breaking they wore like a shroud. I've bargained with rage and I've rented regret, paid too much for a faster bed. But patience writes smaller checks that clear at dawn without side effects. The heron stands like a seasoned judge, feeding rumor, mine won't budge. He blinks the noise off both his eyes, signs the minutes and lets them rise. Breathe on full, let the snare stay faint, leave the drum for the soft to sing. If pride comes limping to settle a score, let the river say, not anymore. The river doesn't rush anymore. It carries, it keeps, it sets ashore. It rounds the edges, the city wall, returns the name to a truer core. I give my hurry to the water's floor. It dissolves like salt I can't restore. Call it wisdom earned in pores. The river doesn't rush anymore. There's a road that taught me how to bow without losing bow, to stand like fence posts hold a field, firm below and warm to yield. I used to think that peace was weak, till silence answered when I'd speak, till mercy held my shaking hand, till rest rewrote my business plan. Now when a rumor lifts its blade, I change the light, not the parade. The younger me would press and roar, the older me opens one more door. Bring me the miles I tried to sprint, the letters I sealed but never sent. Bring me the locks I broke for show, I'll oil the hinges and learn them slow. Let the guitar bend like willow bone, let the bass say stay, be stone. If time is water and I'm the shore, let love erode what hurt was for. Say less, hold more, count to 4, let it pour. A kid throws sticks where the eddies spin, watches each choice decide its end. Some sink quick, some turn and glide, some find the far bank's patient side. His mother laughs at a stubborn twig, says even the small learn how to dig. I taste a memory on my tongue, the first time failure kept me young. When I stopped forcing every bend, let a smaller victory be my friend. When later wasn't loss or chore, just ripples moving toward a shore. Count to 4 till the fear grows bored, let quiet be the last strong word. If lightning brags like it owns the floor, I show it water, not anymore. The river doesn't rush anymore. It carries, it keeps, it sets ashore. It hums the names we used to score, turns sharp to round from push to pour. I give the wheel what water swore, to mold, to live a score. Not any Abulido. The river doesn't rush anymore. Sappho's older, other can football. Wind says may nevermore. A town's the tower with a melon shore, to carry stow, to let it know.
The rain don't lie, it tells the truth of trust misplaced and wasted youth. The night don't talk, she just observes how love can twist what it deserves. The air feels thick with sweet denial, the kind that hides a knife behind the smile. In the dark, she nods, she's seen this trial. She spoke like wine, I drank too fast, believed each word would surely last. Her eyes a mirror too kind to read, her lips a prayer I didn't heed. Every promise came wrapped in silk, soft as mercy, sharp as guilt. And though she swore to stay a while, there was a knife behind her smile. The truth don't scream, it just appears between two lies and quiet tears. I found a scent on a stranger's skin, felt my heartbeat cave within. The bed felt cold, though the night was warm. The storm outside became her phone. The silence left, I lost my style. To the night, to her smile. No preacher preaches this kind of sin, when love cuts deep and bleeds within. You can't confess what's half your blame, you just drink down the taste of shame. The mirror shows what I can't deny, a man too proud to even cry. And though forgiveness walks a mile, it lives behind that smile. So pour one for the fool who believed her eyes, who thought that heaven don't disguise. He laughs low, he hurts in style, 'cause there's a knife behind the smile. It glows like faith, it feels like sin, cuts from the heart, not from the skin. I ain't seeking truth or trial, just the knife behind the smile. I burned her letters in the sink, watched love turn smoke before I blink. Each word curled soft and turned to ash, like time erasing every flash. Her name still hums when I close my eyes, a ghost that no goodbye denies. And though I've walked 1,000 miles, I still feel the knife behind her smile. I caught my face in the window stare, a broken man pretending care. I lied to friends, said I moved on, but pain plays slow, it ain't gone. The blues don't heal, it just refines, turns wounds to rhythm, tears to lines. And though I play it cool a while, it bleeds, that knife behind her smile. The man in the mirror speaks too plain, says, boy, you fed the fire with blame. He don't sneer, he don't accuse, he just counts the debts I choose. He says, she ain't cruel, she's just the truth. You loved her edge, not her proof.
And in that hush of self-denial, he points to the knife behind the smile. I saw her once by the riverside. She turned away but didn't hide. Her silence said more than I could bear. Her calm was colder than the air. She smiled soft and looked away. I swear that grin still cuts today. No mercy left to reconcile. Just that knife behind the smile. Pour one for the man who learned too late that love and pain share the same fate. He hums low, he bleeds in style, 'cause there's a knife behind the smile. Raise your glass to the ones who trust, to every heart that turns to dust. No glory left, no trial, just the knife behind the smile. The night hums low, the truth breathes deep. Every promise I made won't sleep. I strum the wound, I taste the rain, playing a name through every pain. Each note I bend bleeds pure and vile. It sings that knife behind her smile. And when the smoke fills all the aisle, I still feel the knife behind her smile. Morning leans quiet on the window frame. Dust turns patient in a band of flame. Kettle hums low like a church that knows. Piano tests deep and lets it close. I lift my eyes and lose ambitions to learn again the way the light listens. I used to speak first, loud and soon, chase the dawn like I owned the moon, argued with walls that had no tone, wore out words till the words wore none. But years grew soft where the corners were sharp. Sand and mercy tuned my heart. Now sunlight waits at the edges of things like a hand on a hinge that never stings. It doesn't judge the cracks it finds, it fills them, leaves them kind of lines. It bends around our rough decisions as if it knows the way to listen. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breath be the long, clear guide. If memory knocks with a trumpet's mission, answer with quiet. Watch light listen. This is the way the light listens. No lecture, only grace. It warms the cup, forgives the chip, still loves a weathered face. No banner, no conditions, no courtroom in the sky. Just warmth that learns your story and doesn't ask you why. On the porch, boy,
boards carry the day's last rain, tiny mirrors of yesterday's pain. A sparrow sips courage from a silver bead, tells a gutter what we need. Across the street, a widow lifts a grocery sack with Sunday thrift. I take an in, the bag grows light. She says it's nothing, I say it's right. The sun steps down the narrow lane, polishes rust without a name. It hears the tired, the torn, the christened, and shows me more of how light listens. Breathe on forward, let piano wait, let strings say mercy, not elate. If pride wants lights and loud decisions, open the door, let daylight listen. This is the way the light listens.
No lecture,
only grace. It warms a cup,
forgives the chip,
still loves a weathered face. No banner, no conditions, no courtroom in the sky. Just warmth that learns your story and doesn't ask you why. In the sink, plates testify, scratches honest, edges shy. Soap writes halos on a working bowl. I rinse the day, receive my roll. The mirror edits what pain would sell, leaves the truth that fits me well. Not a hero, not a sin, just a man who lets light in. I button patience and stitch it slow, wear a shirt the seasons know. Even the stain becomes permission, a map that taught how light can listen. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If thunder begs for your admission, turn down the dial, let light do listen. This is the way the light listens. No lecture, only grace. It warms a cup, forgives that you still loves a weathered face. No banner, no conditions, no courtroom in the sky. Just warmth that learned your story and doesn't ask you why. Bring me the locks I force for show, I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard, I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin, I'll walk them back with wider skin. Let slide guitar bend once and rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a neon christening, feed it bread then teach it listening. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. The child chalks planets on the walk, orbits held by simple talk. She names the small one second chance, gives it room to learn its dance. Her mother laughs and shades her eyes. The street turns gold with fewer lies. No one calls this miracle, it's just the world when hearts are full. The light kneels down to tie their day, holds the knot then walks away. I see it bow to our conditions, proof in school of how light listens. Hold that fall, let rim click, pray, let gratitude accrue its way. If history asks for your position, point to the porch, that's where I listen. This is the way the light listens.
no lecture,
Only grace, it warms a cup,
forgives the chip,
still loves a weathered face. No banner, no conditions, no courtroom in the sky. Just warmth that learns your story and doesn't ask you why. Evening eyes, the laundry line, shirts breathe out a gentler spine. I fold the sleeves I used to fill with faster blood and iron will. Now they're wide enough for rest, for holding grief against my chest. mess. I call a friend I should have called. We talk like nails that won't be pulled. He says it's late, I say it's right. We let the quiet hold the night. The light between us needs no mission, it simply stays. It simply listens.
No lecture,
Only grace that warms a cup,
forgives the truth.
still loves to learn its phase right.
Streetlight flickers like a tired eye. Wind files papers in the midnight sky. One step, two step, echoes keep score. My shadow walks ahead to check the door. No throne tonight, no jury to tame. Just me and a road that remembers my name. I learned to travel with a smaller flame, to warm my hands without calling fame. Pocket the thunder, lease the rain. Spend my silence like I'm buying pain. The buildings nod the way old men do. They know the years and the rent come due. I don't ask mercy to change his mind. I just walk straighter and pay on time. It's true that only the pavement tells, in the seams of the city where patience dwells. My heartbeat counts like a warm bass drum. Fall to the soul till the fears go numb. I don't need choir, I don't need crown. I'll polish my footsteps and put them down. Count to 4 with the ribs, not the tongue. Let the breath hold steady where the song began young. If the night wants secrets, let the night refrain. The road already knows my name. The road remembers my name. Every mile, every vow I couldn't explain. It holds my weight without complaint, turns my rage to a thinner paint. I walk without banners of blame, and still the road remembers my name. I used to measure worth by noise, by how fast men turned into boys. Now I measure by what I spare. Who gets to keep their little share? The river under bridges hums a hymn for late and lonesome ones. It sings of bargains I didn't take, of a softer hand I learned to make. No entourage, no last man, just a pocket watch and a steady hand. I keep the hour like a borrowed tune, let patience gather like a later moon. If history knocks with a bleeding fist, I open the window and let out the mist. Breathe on the floor, let the snare brush slow, let the string pad bloom and then let go. If pride asks loud to be renamed, tell it the road remembers my name. The road remembers my name. Every scar I turned into aim. It doesn't praise, it doesn't blame. It just holds stride when the world plays games. I give the night my simplest claim. I'm here, I'm home, and the road knows my name. There's a diner with a stubborn light, a bell that rings like it forgives the night. The waitress pours mercy in a chip blue cup, says you look like someone who keeps getting up. I laugh the way a quiet man laughs, short and true with the edges half. I tip the jar for the prayer she keeps, for the janitor's gospel and the cook who weeps. We don't trade testimonies, we trade the air. A little more honest, a little less glare. Then back to the sidewalk's honest frame. It nods again, it knows my name. Hold that four, let the piano blink. One note hanging on the edge, I think. If memory begs me to play its game, I wave and walk, the road knows my name. The road remembers my name. When love was a fever and I learned to abstain. When anger was copper on a lightning chain. When losses were teachers I had to entertain. I didn't win, I learned to remain, that's enough. The road remembers my name. Bring me the miles I wore too fast. Bring me the hours that chose to last. Bring me the letters I never sent. The anger I folded till it went. Let the guitar bend where the breath won't go. Let the bass say yes when the doubts say no. If purpose is simple, it sounds like this. A footstep that doesn't need applause to exist. Breathe. Count to 4. Leave what you can't retrieve. I pass a church with a crooked sign. It whispers grace to the unaligned. I don't go in, but I understand. Some doors you honor by staying a man. Across the street a pawn shop sleeps, dreaming of rings and the hands they keep. I used to trade tomorrow for a sharper crown. Now I trade perfection for laying it down. There's a widow watering a hanging fern. She waves like someone who had to learn how to love the world that took her world. I tip the brim and the flags unfurl. D minor moon in a narrow frame. It paints my coat and spells my name. Slow and low, let the strings exhale. Let the trumpet whisper like a faithful trail. If fate requests a loud acclaim, I sign with quiet, the road knows my name. The road remembers my name. In the plot lines I refuse to flame. In the doors I open without a claim. In the boys who gotta walk home the same. No medal required, no public acclaim, just this. The road remembers my name. The road remembers my name. Through every silence I learned to frame. Through every storm I chose to tame. Through every mercy I let remain. Write it in asphalt, write it in rain. I walk, I breathe, I'm still the same. No witness needed, no trumpet flame. I'm home wherever the road knows my name. Streetlight blinks and settles true. Wind files nothing.